Ain't nothing like a funky beat.
There ain't nothing like a funky beat. Lethal League Blaze is a sequel, reboot, and a remake all in one, kind of. I'll touch on that in a bit. Launched by Team Reptile just a short while ago on Steam and coming to all major consoles in 2019. The easiest way I can describe it is bass boosted Pong. Wait, so take Pong. Yeah, Pong. Add a little bit of Street Fighter and some Smash Brothers, and you're shockingly close to Lethal League. 2 to 4 players square off in a last-person robot reptile, whatever these guys are, standing match, but their attacks aren't for hurting each other, but rather to hit the ball back and forth, building up speed and damage until it finally starts taking people out. You've got a regular hit for hitting, you can charge your shot, you can spike the ball for massive damage but a slow arm time, you can bunt it to speed up that time but risk losing the ball to another player, and you can physically grab it out of the air and throw it in this game, redirecting it while throwing off its timing. It's not about overpowering your opponents per se, but rather just throwing them off enough that they get caught by the ever-intensifying ball. It's kind of a rhythm game in that regard, but it's not like a rhythm game. And if that's not enough, you have 10 playable characters, each with their own unique gimmicks and special moves. Take Candyman, for instance, probably my favorite in the game. He has a higher jump than most other characters and can slide through walls with good enough timing, but his hits are at pretty predictable angles. That said, his special lets the ball pass the wall, as is its wont and will, and that makes him very tricky to play against. Latch, however, is capable of climbing the wall but has shorter jumps. His hits have much tighter angles, and his special is being able to eat and regurgitate the ball after a few seconds, a sort of beefed up variant of the catch and throw. Jet, a fantastically adorable newcomer to the game, can hover in the air for a few seconds, and her special slows the ball down for a few seconds in kind of like an impenetrable bubble that pops. I say a few seconds a lot in this script, sending the thing suddenly flying. If you want to get a feel for what every character has to offer, the best place I'd say is the arcade mode. Pick one of these rapscallions to play as, and you fight against each one of them one by one until you've run through them all. Or you could check out the story mode, which focuses not on just one character, but all of them kind of in one story. Story mode is where I say Lethal League Blaze is a sequel, reboot, and a remake all in one, kind of. See, Raptor and Switch are friends and are entering in this year's Lethal League tournament. But aside from some things like Dice and Candyman being friends, none of the other contenders have met each other in this game, whereas they regularly sparred in the previous entry. The plot of Lethal League Blaze, in giant bold air quotes, is that Lethal League is an anti-gravity game that the tri-government of the tri-state area has banned because somebody once died. And now it's played underground by a bunch of rebels who meet in some abandoned construction yard or wherever and play the game. The government also regulates gravity in an attempt to curb the sport. I said that right, the government attempts to regulate gravity to curb the sport. Anyways, there's this group of people who want the sport ended because it's dangerous, and they rigged the Lethal League tournament to try to prove it's dangerous, but then you beat it and everyone's just like, wow, this game's dangerous and cool, wow. So everyone's just cool with it. The story mode's probably one of the weaker parts of the game, as it barely explores any of the characters. It's more or less just a string of matches where 2 or more specific characters fight, rather than you picking whoever you want and playing against whatever. Visually, Lethal League Blaze is awesome. It's got this very crisp pixel art look on top of 3D backgrounds. A bit of a 2.5... Yep, no, those are 3D modeled characters. Huge shout out to whoever wrote those shaders. Shaders is difficult. This guy gets it. Speaking of fantastic, this soundtrack. I don't have much to say. It's just blummin' amazing. Once you've finished story mode and arcade mode, you can then spend your shine, that's your money, on unlockable characters, skins, menu songs, maps, and game modes, which you can enjoy with 3 other people either locally or over the internet. This game also supports X-input gamepads like the Switch Pro controller natively, so just grab a few of these bad boys, sync them to your computer, and you're good to go. It's hard to sing my praises high enough for Lethal League Blaze. It's everything that made the original sleeper hit at EVO great and more. Every detail's just been upgraded so well. I guess if I have any real complaints, it's that some of the unlock requirements for some character skins are a bit ridiculous, and it's easy to lose track of your character in a 4-player match, but those are frankly small. I can get over that. Lethal League Blaze is a fantastic game for people new to fighting games because they're not really much like a fighting game, but it's also great for veterans because there's this sort of rock, paper, scissors with being able to parry, being able to bunt. The game explains this to you, but you just have to kind of learn and master it because it's great. And I don't feel like I know it well enough. It's definitely one of my top contenders for Game of the Year. It also lets you do this. That's also why it's one of my contenders for Game of the Year. We Feel Like Blaze is currently $20 USD when not on sale, and that's honestly a steal. Even more than that, that's highway robbery. Buy it. I think that'll be it. Alright, thanks for watching, and now, before I forget, patrons got early access to this video by about a week or so. Check out my Patreon in the description for more information, but either way, thanks for watching, and until next time, I'll see you around. If you like this video and you'd like to see more, I'd recommend subscribing. Patreon and social media links are in the description.